Welcome. I'm excited that you chose workshop number 3 because you have greens on at least 2 checkpoints and you're shooting for a 6 or a 7, which is awesome. Your goal by the end of class, okay, is that you have completed your body paragraphs using the 3 parts of analyzing a quote that I'm going to teach you. If time permits, you'll finish your intro and conclusion, but I'm more concerned with your body paragraphs because that's where the meat of your analysis happens. So today we're going to start, I'm going to explain to you the 3 parts of analyzing a quote, and then you're going to have the rest of class to apply that to your own draft. All right, now a lot of us wonder, okay, I've got my quote, I know what I'm trying to prove, but how do I analyze it? Like what do I actually need to write after the quote in my body paragraph? So I want to show you 3 things that you're going to make sure to do to earn a 6 or a 7. The first is the purple. After you give a quote, you want to make a connection or an inference. So an inference is when you literally infer something that wasn't explicitly stated. So if your character killed somebody, maybe you can infer that they're like trying to prove their masculinity. Or you can make a connection to a literary device. You might make a connection to an archetype, or you might make a connection to, oh, this is a character foil, okay? After you do the purple, you want to do the yellow, okay, which is explaining how the style of the quote actually mirrors the meaning. This is the hardest part, and I actually haven't seen you all do this in your writing yet, so we're going to actually learn how to do the yellow part in about 2 minutes. The next thing that you're going to want to do is to connect to this idea of the dominant narrative, and that would come in red. Okay, so if your character kills somebody, like how does that allow your author to challenge the whatever dominant narrative you identified in your thesis? So let's zoom in on how to do this yellow piece, because this is actually something I didn't learn how to do until my junior year. All right. Basically, the key idea here is that the way a quote is written is actually often symbolizing or representing the meaning the author wants you to pull away. So here's some things we want to think about. In our quote, are there any really long sentences? If so, what effect does that have? Are there any short sentences? If so, what effect do they have? Do any of the sentences have like an unusual word order or like a strange punctuation, like a colon or a dash? If so, what effect could that have? All right, so let's go through some examples so that you can see how this can apply to your own novel. Okay, here we have a quote from a story by Ernest Hemingway. Let's read through the quote. In the grass and the green, beside the road, and in some places scattered over the road, there was much material, a field kitchen. It must have come over when things were going well. Many of the calfskin-covered haversacks, stick bombs, helmets, rifles, sometimes one butt up. The bayonet stuck in the dirt. The soldiers had dug quite a little at the last. Stick bombs, helmets, rifles, entrenching tools, ammunition boxes, star shell pistols, their shells scattered about. Medical kits, gas masks, empty gas mask cans, a squad, tripoded machine gun and a nest of empty shells, full belts protruding from the boxes, the water cooling can empty and on its side, the breech block gone, the crew in odd positions, and around them in the grass more of the typical papers. Wow, the first thing I noticed is that is all one giant, super long sentence. Okay, that really stands out to me. And so I'm going to kind of think to myself, how does the fact that it's a really long sentence mirror or mimic the meaning of the quote? And I know that this book is about soldiers and all of the like burdens and hardships that they carry, all the pain that they carry, all of the responsibility that they carry. And so to me, the long sentence mirrors the heavy emotional and physical weight that the soldiers carry. Okay, just like the sentence is long and heavy, the soldiers are feeling like their lives are heavy and hard and long. All right, let's move on to example number 2. This quote is from a short story. It says, they both admitted how rarely they spoke with anyone, laughed at themselves for how much they had to say now, how they interrupted each other, yes, but. Okay, and this is from a short story about a man and a woman who are having relationship problems because they're always like interrupting each other and not communicating well. So I want you to take a moment and think, what do you notice about the way that sentence is written, and what could that mimic about the meaning of the sentence? All right, here's what I came up with. I noticed that the sentence is really strange. It ends with a but, almost as if like this person is being interrupted. So the sentence gets interrupted, which to me mirrors the way the husband and the wife are always cutting each other off. Okay. So that was an example of how a sentence can actually mirror how the characters are feeling. Okay, let's do example number 3. The quote says, he felt divided, one half mad and one half sad. What do you notice about the punctuation in that sentence, and how could that actually mirror or symbolize the way that that person feels? Take 30 seconds to think of your own analysis. Okay. The first thing that stuck out to me about this sentence is that it has a colon in it, right? And this colon is actually splitting the sentence in half. What could that mirror? To me, it mirrors how the man feels split in half between two emotions. Okay, so again, the way the sentence is structured actually is mirroring the meaning of the sentence. All right, we're going to stop there, okay? And I want you to think about how this could apply in your own paragraph. So I'm going to show you what this type of analysis would look like in this essay. All right, press pause and take about 2 minutes just to read through this example paragraph, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so what I noticed is that this person used the 3 parts of analyzing their evidence. They made inferences and connections to different archetypes in the purple, which was great. In the red, they explained how the author actually is going against the dominant narrative in those quotes. But notice the yellow. That's what I was really impressed by. This writer actually was able to explain how the strong, crystal clear words in the sentence, like perfectly, clearly, mirror how Santha, the character, feels strong and has like a crystal clear understanding of the situation. So they did an awesome job explaining how this sentence style actually mirrors the quote. So today, as you are drafting your essay, I want you to make sure that you're doing the yellow in at least one time in each of your body paragraphs. And if you're not quite sure how to do that, sign up for a writing conference and I can help you. So now that you're ready to start drafting and applying this 3-part quote analysis to your essay, let's go back to your process, okay? So you just watched the video. Let's talk about some different strategies that you could use to help you write a really strong draft today. One strategy you could use is keeping the video lesson that you're on right now open in a tab so that you can refer to it as you're writing. Another strategy you could use is actually highlighting your own analysis in the purple, yellow, and red colors just to like make sure that you're doing it. Something else you could do is you could look at this example essay at this link, okay? And you'll notice that in this example essay, they have the purple, yellow, and red. So you could just like look at it and steal ideas or see more examples. Finally, if you finish your body paragraphs and you have the yellow, purple, and red, and you're ready to just write your intro and conclusion, you can use this PowerPoint to remind yourself what a strong introduction and conclusion paragraph actually look like. But I really want you to prioritize explaining your quotes with the different colors before you get to your intro and conclusion. So I would actually write those at the end. And like I said, you can always sign up for a writing conference if you want me to work one-on-one with you, which I would love to do. So go ahead and take the next 10 seconds to put a check mark next to at least 2 of these 5 strategies that you're going to use today. Great, you're now ready to get started. So to get started, you're simply going to go to your World Literature Project, okay? And if I were you, I would open up my outline that I did last class, and I would probably just copy and paste it into the final product document so that I could just like turn it into full sentences. So I'm going to leave you alone for the rest of class. And remember, your goal is to leave class with a completed essay. Best of luck.